The Brooklyn Betrayal. My name is Maria Rossi, and for 35 years I've poured my soul into Rossi's Little Brooklyn Bakery on Court Street in Carroll Gardens. It started as a tiny storefront my Nona opened in 1989 with nothing but her cannoli recipe and a dream. I took it over after she passed, expanded to 3 locations, one in Williamsburg, one in Park Slope, and turned it into the go-to spot for black and white cookies, rainbow cookies, sfogliatelle, and the best tiramisu this side of the East River. People line up at 7 a.m. for my babka. Tourists post it on Instagram. Locals call it the neighborhood's living room. My husband, Anthony, never really understood the bakery. He worked in real estate, flipping brownstones, schmoozing developers, and always treated my little cake shop like a hobby. "Maria, why don't you sell? We could retire to Florida," he'd say. I'd laughed it off. The bakery was my blood. Our son, Miko, grew up wiping counters after school, learning to pipe frosting before he could drive. When he married Sophia 5 years ago, I welcomed her like a daughter. She even worked weekends behind the counter, charming customers with her smile. I should have seen the signs earlier. It started small. Anthony's phone buzzing at odd hours, late client dinners, a faint floral perfume on his collar that wasn't my rosewater. Then one night, after closing the bakery at 10 p.m., I found his delivery van parked in the back alley. The side door was cracked open. Inside, tucked under a stack of empty pastry boxes, was a velvet box, designer lingerie, size small, tags still on. Not my size, not even close. My stomach dropped. I snapped photos with my phone, hands shaking, then put everything back exactly as it was. That night, I couldn't sleep. Anthony came home at 1 a.m., smelling like wine and that same perfume. He kissed my forehead like always. "Long day, babe. Love you." I smiled through gritted teeth. The next morning, while he showered, I checked his Venmo. There it was, transfers to S. Moretti, labeled lunch or coffee run. Sophia's maiden name was Moretti. Thousands of dollars over months. My heart hammered. I scrolled further. Messages in his deleted texts folder. He never cleared them properly. "Can't wait for our meeting tonight, babe. Bring the red set." It was her. My daughter-in-law. My Nico's wife. I felt sick, but rage came fast after the nausea. I wasn't going to cry. Not yet. I needed proof. Undeniable, ironclad proof. So I hired a private investigator, a quiet guy named Vinny from Bay Ridge who specialized in family matters. I gave him the photos, the Venmo screenshots, everything. "Follow them," I said. "I need to know how deep this goes." Vinny delivered in 2 weeks. Photos. Anthony and Sophia at a rooftop bar in Dumbo, hands intertwined. Sophia leaning into him, laughing. Another at a boutique hotel in Williamsburg. Anthony holding the door, Sophia in heels and that red lingerie peeking from her coat. A video clip, them in the van behind the bakery after hours, windows fogged, unmistakable sounds. But the worst? An audio from Vinny's hidden mic near Anthony's office at home. Sophia's voice. "Once we get the bakery in our name, we can sell the Williamsburg spot. That's worth millions. Maria won't fight it. She's too soft." Anthony, laughing. "She trusts me completely. Nico's clueless. We'll be set, baby." They weren't just cheating. They were plotting to steal my life's work. The bakery chain I'd built brick by brick, flour dusted hand by hand. Nico would be devastated. I would be destroyed. I cried that night alone in the bakery kitchen, surrounded by rising dough and the smell of vanilla. Then I wiped my eyes and started planning. Revenge isn't impulsive. It's patient, sweet, like a perfectly proofed go. First, I protected the business. I met with my lawyer quietly. I owned 70% outright. Nona left it to me. Anthony had nothing on paper, but they were forging documents. I needed to expose them publicly, humiliatingly, so no one would ever trust Anthony in real estate again, and Sophia would lose Nico forever. The opportunity came with our 35th anniversary party. I announced it casually over dinner. Anthony, let's celebrate the bakery's milestone. Family only. Nico, Sophia, you, and me. I'll bake the cake myself. A big one. Chocolate fudge, your favorite. Anthony's eyes lit up. Sounds perfect, Maria. Invite some friends too. Make it a real party. I smiled. No, just us. Intimate. He didn't suspect a thing. I spent 3 days baking. The cake was massive, 4 tiers, rich chocolate layers, ganache frosting. In the back kitchen at 2 a.m. while the city slept, I crushed 30 X-Lax tablets, extra strength, the kind that hits hard and fast, into a fine powder. I mixed half into the batter for the bottom 2 layers, the ones Anthony and Sophia would get, and the rest into the mousse filling between them. Harmless in small doses, but in this quantity, explosive. I decorated it beautifully. 35 years of sweet success in gold script, fondant roses, edible glitter. It looked like love. The party was at our brownstone in Carroll Gardens, backyard strung with lights. Nico arrived first, hugging me tight. "Mom, this smells amazing." Sophia followed, kissing my cheek. "The cake looks incredible, Maria. You're the best." Anthony beamed, arm around Sophia a second too long when he thought no one was looking. We ate appetizers, my arancini, caprese salad, then I brought out the cake. "Time for dessert," I sang. I cut generous slices. Anthony got the biggest piece, bottom tier, extra mousse. Sophia took one right beside it. Nico and I had plain vanilla slices from the untouched top. They dug in. Anthony moaned, "God, Maria, this is insane. Best cake ever." Sophia licked her fork. "So rich. I could eat the whole thing." I smiled sweetly. "Enjoy, amore." 20 minutes later, the first rumble. Anthony shifted in his seat. Excuse me?" He bolted to the bathroom. Sophia's face paled. She clutched her stomach. I don't feel good." Nico frowned. "Babe, you okay?" She ran after Anthony. From the hallway, we heard it. Groans, curses, the unmistakable sounds of gastrointestinal chaos. The bathroom door slammed, then the guest bathroom, back and forth. Nico looked confused. "Mom, what's happening?" I shrugged. "Bad shrimp in the appetizers, maybe?" But then Anthony stumbled out, sweating, pants half-zipped. "Maria, call someone. I can't." Sophia emerged from the other bathroom, hair messed, mascara running. "Anthony, help!" They collided in the hallway, both desperate for the same toilet. That's when I turned on my phone's live stream. I'd set up a hidden camera in the living room, disguised as a plant, and linked it to the bakery's Instagram. The account had 150,000 followers. I hit "Go Live" with the caption, "Family Anniversary Celebration. Come say hi." The comments exploded. "Is that Anthony Rossi? Wait, is that Sophia with him? Oh my God, they're both sick?" Nico stared at the screen. "Mom, what did you do?" I looked at him calmly. "Watch." Anthony and Sophia, in their panic, didn't notice the camera. They argued in whispers, loud enough for the mic. Anthony, "This cake, did she do something?" Sophia, "Shut up, just get me Imodium." Nico's face drained of color. He grabbed his phone, saw the live feed. Thousands watching, comments flooding, cheaters exposed. That's his daughter-in-law? Maria is savage. The laxatives hit peak. They both dashed back to bathrooms, doors slamming. I turned to Nico. "Son, I'm sorry you had to see this, but they were planning to take the bakery. They've been together for months." I played Vinny's audio on speaker. Sophia's voice. "Maria won't fight it. She's too soft." Nico's eyes filled with tears. He looked at the hallway where his wife and father were still indisposed. The live stream hit 50,000 viewers. Local news picked it up. Brooklyn bakery owner exposes cheating husband and daughter-in-law in viral live stream. Neighbors started knocking. "Maria, is everything okay?" I opened the door. "Come in, watch the show." Within an hour, the backyard was packed. Friends, customers, even a reporter from the Brooklyn paper. Anthony finally emerged, pale and shaking. "Maria, turn it off." I smiled. "Too late, Caro. The world knows." Sophia sobbed in the corner. "Nico, please, it was a mistake." Nico stood. "Get out, both of you." Anthony tried to grab my arm. "We can fix this." I pulled away. "Sign the papers tomorrow. Divorce. You get nothing from the bakery. Nothing." The police arrived, not for crime, but because the crowd got rowdy. Cheers for me, booze for them. Fire trucks showed up too. Someone called in a gas leak from the smell. The firefighters laughed when they realized it was just revenge. Anthony and Sophia left in separate Ubers, humiliated, covered in shame. The next day, the bakery was mobbed, lines around the block. People buying cakes, hugging me. "You're a queen, Maria. We love you." Sales tripled. Nico moved back home that week. He quit his finance job to help run the bakery full-time. We added a new line, Revenge Red Velvet, spicy chocolate with a kick. It sold out daily. Anthony tried to fight the divorce. Lost. Sophia begged Nico for forgiveness. He filed papers the next month. I still bake at dawn, hands in dough, smelling yeast and sugar. The pain lingers. 35 years gone, a son hurt, but the bakery stands stronger. Sometimes, late at night, I look at Nona's old photo on the wall. I whisper, "I kept it safe, Nona, and I made them pay with cake." Did you like my story? Which part was your favorite, the cake or the live stream? Tell me in the comments where you're reading from. If you're in Brooklyn, come by Rossi's. First slice on me. With love, Maria Rossi, Rossi's Little Brooklyn Bakery, Court Street, Carroll Gardens.